Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, as we get set for what ought to be a terrific battle. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pop. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Golden Gophers will put total leather and we'll get started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Washington Huskies offense will get the first possession of the game. And all eyes eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
Oh, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He's looking for an open man on second down. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
This offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. The give on the inside. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Unloads quickly. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to power their way ahead. The Golden Gophers will keep this drive going.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
Off the play fake on 1st down, the throw. Finds his man, it's Pope. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Just needs a crack to get a return. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Productive pass offense for the Huskies, and they've had a long line of quarterbacks who've gone on to the pros.
Yeah, a lot of guys that you can think of. Warren Moon obviously was so dynamic, so good, but guys that were surgical, guys that read the defenses, made the decisions, made big plays. That's what the Husky fans want to see.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Complete to the right. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Now, he does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Defense in press coverage. Handoff from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. And here comes the field goal unit. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
Hey, that's a live ball. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up. He unleashed that one, some serious spin rate, some revolutions on that one.
You want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm, he takes his steps, and man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They want to just keep throwing it. And he can't escape, and down he...
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Might as well give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup for the defense cuts him down.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
Quarterback gets the first down and more. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
And first down for the offense.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his man. And he cruises his way to the... Touchdown, Husky!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Cincinnati handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. On second down, he'll fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And the Golden Gophers get it past the sticks. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to throw on second down. The quick out. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Not the most productive half of this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Offense in the hurry-up.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him over.
Power football with the run. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Leaves it with the back. Plows through the defense. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And the Golden Gophers pick up the first down.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. He could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
A first down run on the doorstep. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the middle. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer now is on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
To the ground. He's got it again. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had, these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at.
Touchdown, Huskies! And once he got loose, it was all over.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
The Golden Gophers in the hurry-up. Keeps it on the bootleg. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to... this lead before the break. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. He's got an open man. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
Right. Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Going for the big play. And it's caught inside the 20. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Huskies have it in scoring position on first and goal. They keep attacking through the air. Lets it fly. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And he bats it away, it falls incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that pass is intercepted. And they capitalize not only... but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He's right on target. They'll immediately call timeout. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. Caught near the sideline, it's Smith. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down. Finds the tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfect. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because of long.
Looking for the end zone. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Here's the give off the left side. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now. In our halftime update. Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side of the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Surprisingly, makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. After misfiring, it's second down. On the run, it's Hayes. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Third and short now from their own 48. Running back goes in motion. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. At the 35, he's open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. And the Huskies want to pick up the tempo.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided, on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. No good. Had a chance to make this lead 20, but we're still sitting on a 17. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Shoots it to the left. It's complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's a draw. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run play action. The throw. It's complete on the right side. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
And now on second down for this offense. A lot of offensive coordinators love to screen you to death and work the ball down the field, Jesse, but a negative play like that will take you out of your game plan.
And that's not the last screen that they've got in their playbook offensively. They're going to try and do it a few different other ways, but give the defense credit. D-line doing a nice job watching the quarterback, stopping the rush, and everybody just seemed to hone in on the running back on that screen.
He finds his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They move the tight end all over. The give on fourth down. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And the Golden Gophers have it in scoring position on first and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He makes a grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line getting set on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Washington sends out the punt team. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. On the option. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? Touchdown, Washington! Defense with the scoop and score. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. NC State was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Wolfpack performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to get to it. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on fourth down. Makes the catch past the sticks. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Looking to move it through the air. Lofts one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he... Pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. They're trying to get to it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Golden Gophers have their offense in high gear.
This quarterback doing a lot of good decision-making on that last play. First off, nice job extending, but then understanding what the coverage was, understanding nobody's open, and then going, hey, look, I can go get this myself, and finally, not only am I going to get this first down, I'm going to take care of myself, too. I'm going to slide. I practiced this all week. A little baseball slide.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions, really need to catch. He'll off one deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Can't complete the... Defense gets off the field on fourth down.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that ball is picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Final play of the quarter coming. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37. He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. Coming after it. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And
we've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Release to the back. Makes the grab. It's Pope. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to the air one more time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
The defense is dialed in right now, guys. They've got the lead. They're expecting pass. Offense trying to go 4 verticals, but all game long, this defense has stepped up, and they force another incompletion.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Never a doubt. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. The give out of the gun. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 2nd time today they've been forced to punt. Slips through the line. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll run it from the gun. Tackle is made after the 1st down. And the Golden Gophers moving quickly to the line. Going up top on 1st down. He's going to let it go. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Snagged in the middle. It's Demania. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you're doing.
Got his man downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Washington coming to the line with another first down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Keep it on the ground. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And the try is no good. The margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that field goal could have iced the game, but with the miss, you still got a close one.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. To the air on first down. Using his feet to buy time. On the move at the 30. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. He'll try it again. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. The Golden Gophers want to crank the tempo. Handoff from the shotgun. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think, would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays. Let's take away these turnovers. How do we create more turnovers? I think that rhythm you're talking about, Jesse, finding those things that I do well, building on them, and doing more of them.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.